Swine flu has been getting a lot of press lately. This week, the World Health Organization upgraded the current swine flu outbreak from a 4 to a 5. This means a pandemic is imminent. One reason the current swine flu virus is so troublesome is because it's a new strain of influenza. As the name implies, it arose among pigs. A known strain of the influenza virus mutated, creating the new, more virulent strain. Mutations among viruses are common. I'm reminded of the bird flu scare of a few years ago. This is what I said back then about avian influenza.
Epidemiologists are concerned that bird flu will mutate into a form contagious among humans. Given the number of infected birds, this mutation will likely occur among the poultry population.
The logic was, the more infected chickens you have, the more opportunities for the influenza virus to mutate into a form that's easily transmittable from human to human. As it turns out, the only people who caught bird flu were those who worked closely with infected chickens. And the virus never did mutate into a form that was easily transmittable from human to human. That is, not yet. But the fear of this mutation led to the murder of millions of innocent, healthy chickens. In 2005, 100 million chickens and other poultry were slaughtered across Asia. And not just overseas, either. 500,000 red-blooded American chickens were murdered in Delaware, Maryland, Texas, and Virginia in a misguided effort to prevent the virus from mutating. The problem was not that chickens get the flu, just as now, the problem is not that pigs get the flu. The problem is in the way we grow animals for food. According to factoryfarming.org, nearly 10 billion chickens are hatched in the U.S. annually. These birds are typically crowded by the thousands into huge factory-like warehouses where they can barely move. An industry journal explains that, quote, broilers now grow so rapidly that the heart and lungs are not developed well enough to support the remainder of the body, resulting in congestive heart failure and tremendous death losses. Modern broiler chickens also experience crippling leg disorders, as their legs are not capable of supporting their abnormally heavy bodies. Confined in unsanitary, disease-ridden factory farms, the birds also frequently succumb to heat prostration, infectious diseases, and cancer. These are the same overcrowded, unsanitary conditions that also exist in pig factory farms and serve as a breeding ground for mutant viruses. According to FarmSanctuary.com, approximately 105 million pigs are raised and slaughtered in the U.S. every year. By 2 to 3 weeks of age, 10% of the piglets will have died. Those who survive are taken away from their mothers and crowded into pens with metal bars and concrete floors. Pigs will live this way, packed into giant warehouse-like sheds until they reach a slaughter weight of 250 pounds at 6 months old. The air inside hog factories is polluted with dust, dander, and noxious gases from the animals' waste. In factory farms, they are forced to live in their own feces, urine and vomit, and even amid the corpses of other pigs. Poor air quality, extreme close quarters confinement, and unsanitary living conditions combine to make diseases such as porcine reproductive and respiratory syndrome, salmonellosis, and swine influenza virus a serious threat to animal welfare. It's no coincidence that the first confirmed case of swine flu was a 5-year-old boy who lives in the village of La Gloria in Veracruz, Mexico. The boy later recovered, but in March and early April, 2 other children in La Gloria did die of the flu. Mexican health authorities are quick to point out that it remains undetermined whether it was the same strain of swine flu that's causing the current outbreak. Still, in the nearby town of Perote is a factory farm with 1 million pigs. The factory farm is half owned by Virginia-based Smithfield Foods, the world's largest pork producer with 1/4 of the world market. The solution is simple. Instead of killing millions of animals needlessly, we should strive to eliminate the demand for pork and poultry. We should all become vegetarians.
There is one perfect place in the whole wide world where noses are crinkled and tails are curled, where squeals are happy and smiles are bright, and the wind is gentle all day and night. Pig Island, what a beautiful place to be. They play on the beaches, the color of peaches, there by the turquoise sea, oh my, under a blue, blue sky.